The Lacey Howard here, One Third Movement. Bring you the third part of this rant. Turned into a rant. But we're talking about Christ and how we trying to make him a genie. But Christ is a savior. He's a redeemer. He's a life changer. See, we can't come to Christ. Before we came to Christ, we wanted to be rich and we expected to be this and we expected that. And then come to Christ and have the same aspirations. We come to Christ saying, okay, Father God, you take over my life and mold me into what you want me to be. And he may want you to be rich as Oprah. Or he may want you to be broke as I am. But the whole focus come on, take your focus off money, take your focus off selfish endeavors, take your focus off the things that you want and the things of God and put your focus on God. See, this is more important. The Bible say, if I can trust you with a little, I can trust you with a lot. But we looking to get a lot before we understand that we got to show God we can trust him with that little. I know that saying has been turned to tithes. You know, pay your tithes. God said if you trust you with a little, he'll trust you with a lot. No, that's not what he's saying. God said if I can trust you with his word, with who he is, with spreading his word to people, with getting his word out there to the people that need it. I use that saying a lot now. At this moment, I only have about 10 people come to my to the ministry, to the movement video the channel, and that's not a lot of numbers. But when I see that 10, to me, that's huge. To me, that's the biggest number I could ever see because that's 10 people who's getting a chance to hear from God. And then you want to go even a little smaller. On some videos, I got 4. But what good is it to me not to focus on them 4, but then focus on the 26,000 that's not there, that I want to be there, or the 100,000 if for some people that want them to be there. No, I focus on whatever God have for me to do. If it's small, I do it. If it's one person, then I'm going to do my best by that one person. I'm going to make sure I can do the best I can with what I got to help that one person, because that's what it's about. It's about, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to an individual. I'm talking to you, the one that's listening to this video. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm only talking to you. I understand that when I do these videos, it's not going to be accepted, or it's not going to be receptive to everybody. Everybody's not going to be able to receive it. I understand that when I do these videos. I understand that, people are going to reject it. But I focus on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is in that time for me to focus on. Just like when we bring the ministry to the streets where I'm at, I can't be focused on the whole city. I got to focus on that one block where I'm at. When we start our school program, if one child come, I got to focus on that one child, changing that one child's life, make sure that one child and everything that I do get risen up to be a man or woman of God. It's creepy. I was looking at my back door, my black glass door, and I seen a cat looking at me. I don't even have cats. But it's important to understand that we can't be, see, what it is all selfish, all selfishness. We want to go our way, we want to go with how many we want to do what we want. When can we just be faithful to God, even in the small, even in the little? If you're a pastor right now and you only have about 3 or 4 members, rejoice in them 3 or 4 members. A lot of the pastors tell you they have their 100, 200, 300, 400, 5,000, all these members. They liked it better when it was small. And me personally, I like a congregation. My church that I go to, they very small. Talking about maybe 30, 40, 50 people a week. That's amazing. Growth happen. You can feel the love there. You can really get to know people on a genuine level. When you got 5,000 people at your church, how could you get to know one person and see them every Sunday? One Sunday you'll see them, and then the church so big, if you don't get there at a certain time or whatever, you're not going to be able to sit next to them again, or you may not even see them again. You change numbers, but you may never even hear from them again. But you gotta understand something. Even in a small congregation, you know who's new. You know who haven't been there in a while, and you get a chance to minister. Even when the pastor is up there preaching, and he go about, he can't do it all, and he go about his business. You get to say, "Well, sister, I ain't seen you in a while. Anything I can do, brother? I ain't see you in a while. Anything I can do to help you, man, to get, spiritually feeling down? Let me know what I can do." It's a joy. It's a strength in that. It's a strength in the low numbers. So we really have to get back to understanding that everything don't have to be big. Everything don't have to be mighty. The biggest blessings in my life from God, and the times God showed up the most was the little things. Now God did some big things in my life, huge things in my life, and we are very happy for all blessings. But it's something about them little ones, the little thing that you just didn't like. You look back like, dang, God cared for me even in the small, and even in the littleness, even in the things that I didn't think that mattered. God cared about me. It's something about the smallness. See, we're in a culture where everything has to be big and everything has to be about me. Everything, come to me, come look at me, look at me, look at me. When I first did these videos, I did not want to even show my face on the camera. And it wasn't because of not having confidence in how I look at it. It was just the fact that I didn't want to be another person that said, look at me, look at me, look at me. I want to be more about God. I want to be more about focusing on God. And then through time and growth, I understand that, people ain't looking at you, they're looking at your message. And if you're looking at me, the Lacey as in whatever, you might as well stop looking at me and look somewhere else, just get off the video. If you're not coming here for Christ, then I can't help you. There's nothing I can do to help you. I'm giving the best thing I ever had. The only thing in my life that's powerful enough to save my life, and that's Christ. I'm giving you Him. I tell you all the time, I can't save you. I can't even save myself. If I could save somebody, I start with me. I'm that selfish. I'm praying it out of me. But that's just how that's the sin nature. That's what we're living in. It's all about me, 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 me. And we need to take that focus off of us, and we need to put it back on Christ. A lot of things that's going on in the world, and you hear it all the time. Oh, look at this and look at that, look at this and all this and that, this, and it's crazy, and the people over here and the hurt and the pain and all this and all that. A lot of this is going on because people are so focused on self. You hear a story about somebody losing their child, and you be like, "That's sad. I just hope it don't happen to me." That I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation. We always try to make it equate to our situation, when we should be saying, "That's sad. Whatever I can do to pray for her, what can I do to help her in this situation?" But that's the mentality we have. Oh, I hope I'll never be in a situation. We hear about a brother who's struggling. I just pray God that He don't have me struggling. We need to be focused on what can I do to help that person. When we hear marriages, I remember I'm young, 29 years old, but I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of elder people, and there was a lot of things that they did that elder people used to do to help each other. Because I'm going to tell you something, the way I was raised, people helped each other. People loved helping each other. And I remember if somebody's marriage was struggling, people came by and tried to encourage them, and did whatever they can to they got in the situation with them. If a person lost their child, they got in the situation with them, and it's not like that anymore. A lot of times we get into a place where we worried about ourselves. We worried about our situation. We worried about our place, and a lot of that has to do with faith in God. we get so burdened down, we have so much stressing in us that we don't believe in God can handle it. We don't believe in God going to take care of us like He said He would. We don't think that we can do what Jesus commanded us and love God and love each other. And when you love somebody and they're going through it, you're not happy that they're going through it. You're going to do whatever you can to get them out of that, or to help them get out of that. I point them to Christ and have Christ come in and help them get out of that. That's your whole mind frame. That's what your mindset should be. But like I said, a lot of times we get into, oh, I hope that it never happened to me mindset, and we just we watch people just really lose themselves.